So I'm gonna do a video on proportional relationships, and um, I'm just gonna do a quick example. What I did was I took my heart rate after 15 seconds, and I realized that my heart rate was going at 18 beats for every 15 seconds. Now, I wanted to figure out what would that be per minute. So I know that there are 60 seconds in a minute. So to get from 15 to 60, I multiply by 4. So if I want to do the same here, I'm going to multiply by 4. And I know that 18 times 4 is 72. So that means that I have 72 beats per minute. 72 beats per 60 seconds. So I'm going to write that over here. 72 beats per minute, and that is when I was resting. Now, if I wanted to know what is that per hour, what I could do is, I know that there's 60 minutes an hour, so what I did was, I want to make sure you realize this. This is in seconds. That means I multiply by 60, so here I multiply by 4 to get from 15 to 60. I'm going to have to multiply that by 60 as well. And that means that it's the 72 times 60. I feel like that's probably a pretty easy one to know. 42, 43, 12, 42. So that's going to be 4,320 beats per hour. 4,320 beats per hour. Now, I then did 50 jumping jacks, much to the laughter of my family. And I took my heart rate again. And after exercise, I did 25 beats for every 15 seconds. So once again, to figure out per minute, I multiply by 4. And that means I had 100 beats per minute. So you can see, when I was exercising, I was about 28 beats per minute faster. Now, once again, if you want to figure out how long would that be in an hour, I'd multiply by 60 this time, because there's 60 minutes in an hour. So I get 3,600 seconds. And that's kind of nice because now it's just 6,000 beats per hour. Which means if I were to be sleeping, my heart rate over the course of an hour would be closer to 4,320 beats per hour. And if I were to exercise for an hour, I could expect my heart rate to be someplace around 6,000 beats. So that means, let's see, 6,000 minus 4,320. I don't like doing that, so I'm going to do this. 4,319. 0,861. So that means per hour, my heart will beat about 1,680 more times if I'm exercising. Now, there's one other thing I want to do here before I finish this off. I want to look at beats per second. And what I'm going to do is, I can take a look at any one of these. I'm going to say, here I had 18 beats over 15 seconds. And if I simply divide, let's see, 18 divided by 15. Where's my calculator here? 18 divided by 15 gives me 1.2. So that gives me 1.2 beats per second. Now, clearly I can't have 1.2 beats per second, either 1 or 2, but I think you get the idea. And let's see what it was going to be if I did it after exercising. So I want beats per second. Well, I can do actually be an easy one. I can do 100 divided by 60, which would be 10 over 6, which would be 1 and 4/6, or 1 and 2/3, which is 1.6 repeating beats per second. I think it's interesting because if you take a look, 1.6 doesn't seem that much larger than 1.2, but this is once again per 1 second, and over the course of an hour you can see the difference is quite significant. That's it. I hope you kind of got an idea of what was happening, and I hope it makes sense.